as long as we're talking Shake Your Moneymaker, we're going to do Hard to Handle. It's the only cover on the album.
Yeah.
Did you guys cover this right from the beginning? And was this something that you guys looked at?
It was I wanted to do the song, you know, because Otis Redding to me is the greatest R&B soul singer that ever was. And luckily for us, the cool thing about Hard to Handle at the time was it was a B-side for him. So it wasn't like I was singing These Arms Are Mine or, you know, some
people didn't know that song.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was like, for us being from Georgia, Otis is from Georgia, it was we kind of came full circle.
And a song like that's intimidating, isn't it? In the sense that Otis Redding, that's his song. And then when you go to do it, you know you're going to be compared in
every
a way.
Every time I sing it, I always know Otis is the greatest. I always know I'll never do it as great. But I don't think we attempted to redo it. I mean, if anything, George Drakoulias was the one who's like, "Oh, we should make it a little like Walk This Way," you know,
right?
In the time and stuff.
Yeah, you had to put your spin on it.
Yeah, and make it more rock and roll than a Stax single or B-side or whatever.
So we're going back in time, going back to the album. This is what you'll hear when you go see the boys. And yeah, this is the only cover from that album.
Bring it home to me. I got some good on love and got some more in store. When I get so baby, throwing it on, said you know you'll be around for more. Oh, running on and down, that ain't nothing but just no love. That little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I'd hand it now, just a ring. Action speak louder than words, and I'm a man with a great experience. You got another man, but baby, tell I love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. I'm advertising love for free, baby, place your hand on me. Oh, going on and down my nose, got that good no love. Bring a little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I'd hand it now, just a ran. Oh, baby, show love. But you got to bring it home to me. I've got some good old love and got some more in store. And when I get the baby throwing it on, you know you'll be around for more. Oh, girl, that ain't nothing but tips and love. That little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I'd hand it now, yes I am. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I'd hand it now, yes I am. Oh, baby, this is what I am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give it to me. What I want, baby. Give it to me. What I need is all I got, love. Baby, all I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. So here we are celebrating your first album, which is Shake Your Moneymaker, and you've decided the two brothers are back together, which is great. As a fan, I'm thrilled for you guys, and I'm happy for you personally, you know. And let's do another song from the album, if you guys are up for it.
Let's do it.
Let's do She Talks to Angels. Do you remember recording this song that you're going to do?
Yeah.
You do? You remember actually being in the studio putting it together? Was it particularly difficult for you to put this song together?
Everything was difficult on your first album.
Because why? You've never worked in a studio
Never,
before?
yeah.
On this song, did you bring to Chris the intro again? Is that how it always works?
I had the song. The intro came later on this one.
I see.
But I remember writing it on this weird electric guitar, and then I kind of honed it on an acoustic,
And
which
then
was
do you go-
opposite of what I
And
normally
Rich was
do.
playing open tunings, which was kind of, where the strings are tuned to a chord instead of a standard tuning, which comes from folk tradition and a lot of, like, for him, Nick Drake, and then getting into Keith Richards and stuff, who was famously using those kind of
So what are you using? It's open E?
Open E, yeah.
Open E. All right. So here it is in open E. Are we still doing it in open E?
Yes.
Yes, we
the
are.
original key, everyone.
Well, I don't want any nonsense now. This is She Talks to Angels. This is from, of course, the great album Shake Your Moneymaker.
She never mentions the word addiction in certain company. Yes, she'll tell you she's an orphan after you meet her family. Oh, yeah. She paints her eyes as black as night now. She pulls her shades down tight. Said, my girl, give a smile when the pain comes. The pain, the only thing to make it alright. Yes, that's right. Said she talks to angels. And they call her out by her name. Oh, well, she talks to angels. And they call her out by her name. Oh, yeah. She keeps a lock of hair in her pocket. She wears a cross around her neck. Well, they say that the hair was from a little boy, and the cross from someone she had not met. Oh, not yet. Say she talks to angels, and they call her out by her name. Oh, well, she talks to angels, and they call her out by her name. Oh, yeah. She don't know no lover, none that I ever see. But to her, that don't mean nothing. Oh, to me, you know and me, everything. It means everything. She paints her eyes as black as the night, and she pulls her shades right down tight. Said my girl wanna give a little smile when the pain comes. The pain, the only thing to make it alright. Well, ain't that right? Said she talks to angels, and they call her out by her name. Oh, well, she talks to angels, and they call her out right out by her name. Oh yeah, I say that. I said she talks to angels, and they call her out right out by her name. Oh, she talks to angels, they call her out. Oh, don't you know they call her out? Yes, they do. They call her out by her name. By her name.
I don't know what to say. That is fantastic. Look at you guys. Oh, man, that is exciting. This is kind of crazy to me because, well, let me just say who's sitting here. Sitting together for the first time in I don't know how many years. Hold hands, guys. Oh, must be killing you.
Oh my God, they'll actually touch each other.
Did you guys touch each other? Anybody want disinfectant? Sitting here are the two founding members, the guys who started it all. Chris and Rich Robinson, who started the Black Crowes many, many years ago. You are in the same room, and you're here today to announce what, Chris?
We're announcing that the Black Crowes are together and that we're going on tour next summer. We're playing the Bowery Ballroom tonight.
How did this happen?
Wow.
Boys, this is a miracle. I don't care what you tell me. This is a small
I
miracle.
mean, he's saying it like he doesn't believe it.
Rich, first of all, this is a miracle. How does this happen that you and Chris, you guys, I love your band. I love the Black Crowes. And Rich, isn't it something of a miracle when two guys born into a family actually can write and perform music together? I mean, to me, it's a 1,000,000,000 to 1 shot. Am I right or am I wrong?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, I think ultimately we share a similar experience, you know, from two different perspectives, obviously.
It's an amazing story to me because there are very few brothers. And the way I look at you two guys, you filled in each other's kind of missing parts. Rich, you can play the guitar. Chris, you had no interest in playing guitar, but Chris was the singer. Chris could come up with lyrics, and you could come up with these fabulous riffs and this music. What are the fucking odds of, you know, it's one thing that Keith Richards found Mick Jagger, but they weren't born into the same family.
They were at the same shop.
It's legendary that the Robinson brothers, as great as you guys are together, you could never really be in the same room. Chris, I had you on 2 years ago.
I don't know. I said
some shitty things.
I said some horrible things.
You said some bad things.
I was in a negative place. But you know what? I've apologized to Rich about that.
How did this come about that you two guys even started talking? You hadn't talked in, what, 4 years? You said,
It's
I
been
no longer...
6 years.
6 years. I no longer have a brother. He doesn't exist. You can't stand each other. You don't want to be in a room together. And here you are, sitting in my studio.
I just found you know what I mean? A lot of things have changed for me in the last 2 years. You know, I was in a relationship that was failing. I was in a negative place. You make some big changes in your life. I mean, I have an amazing partner, amazing...
You have a new girlfriend?
New girlfriend.
Everything good there?
It's been going on for a couple of years. It's incredible.
Right.
I mean, a big part of, like, helping me, like, you know, leave behind some... negative things and like look at, oh wow, you know, depression and those kind of things.
Were you clinically depressed? Did you have to go to a psychiatrist and say, hey, I think I'm suffering?
I have a therapist that I've been working with for a long time.
Was there an epiphany in therapy where you said, you know what, I miss my brother?
What always happens is communication. I don't know, you know what I mean? I can only guess Rich is doing it, you know, and the only thing he's hearing from me is like my negative bullshit about him on your
He's going, well, Chris hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah, completely.
Right.
But you know what's funny? Like that, what you said is like, you know, change, you know, and to be, I just think both of our trajectory since we haven't been in the band together, you know, I'm so busy with the CRB and trying to make this happen and writing the songs and really enjoying myself. And I needed to go into the wilderness. I needed to deconstruct that first part of my life and the good, the bad, the indifferent, all of it, right? I mean, I think that's a true part of the artist, or at least in my artistic waking life.
Well, what
He's
happened?
doing the same thing, you know, but you know, Rich has his band, and I think being Rich,
did you miss your brother, or had you been fed up with the fighting and all of the nonsense?
I was definitely fed up with the fighting, you know, and it was unhealthy.
Who has this idea that we could actually get along and be in a band together again?
We have a friend that is in between us and does it well. His name's Greg.
I thought it was Dr. Phil.
No, it wasn't.
No, all right. Who picked up the phone and called Greg?
Well, we both did.
Right.
Interestingly,
At
at
the
different
same-
times,
Uh-huh.
but right around the same time. And you know, look, I was going out playing, you know, songs, you know, in my new band and playing Crow songs because a lot of the guys from the Crows are in my band, and no matter what it is, there's that half of me that was missing.
Right.
And so in that same sense, although it was great to play with those guys, and those guys are brilliant, and it was cool and fun, but it's almost like the more I delved into that, the more it was obvious. There was a glaring omission, which was my brother.